If you're a business leader, you know your data infrastructure is so much more than just another line item on a budget. It's a strategic asset. But here's the real question. Are you building it just to solve today's problems, or are you designing it for tomorrow's growth? Today, we're going to dive into a philosophy from a company that has built its entire model around making sure you get long-term success.
So let's start with a little perspective. 36 years. That's how long bTrade has been a leader in the managed file transfer space. Now that's not just a number, it's 3.5 decades of navigating huge tech shifts, new security threats, and ever-changing business priorities. That depth of experience, well, that's the foundation for everything we're about to talk about.
And this is the core of it all. It's a simple statement, but it's incredibly powerful. It completely reframes the goal. It's not about just selling a piece of software, it's about building a real partnership. This one single metric shapes every single decision they make, from the system architecture all the way down to customer support. This is the why behind everything else.
Okay, so here's our game plan. We'll start with that core metric. Then we'll see how that informs the infrastructure and security. After that, we'll explore what an evolving partnership really looks like, and finally, we'll look at the results, the proof.
All right, let's dig into that foundational approach. You see, when customer success is your one and only metric, the entire framework just shifts. It moves from thinking about short-term sales to focusing on long-term outcomes.
And this approach, it gets right to the heart of what every C-suite leader is asking. I mean, these aren't just technical questions, are they? They're fundamental business challenges that directly impact your growth, your risk, your compliance. The big question is, how do you make sure the decisions you make today don't become the bottlenecks that hold you back tomorrow?
And here is the crucial difference. For a company like bTrade, things like scalability and security, they aren't features you can tack on later. They're not afterthoughts. They are foundational design principles, baked right into the solution from the very first line of code.
So how does this philosophy actually get put into practice? Well, it all starts with the infrastructure. The goal isn't just to meet today's needs, but to build a platform that actually anticipates and enables your future growth. This really shows you the scope of the planning that goes into it. We're not talking about a minimum viable deployment here. This is about architecting a complete ecosystem. The design anticipates the tricky stuff, like hybrid and multi-cloud environments, expanding to partners around the globe, and, of course, critical disaster recovery right from the very beginning. And this statement right here, this is the ultimate payoff of that forward-thinking design. It's basically a promise that your MFT platform is going to be an enabler for your business strategy, not something that holds it back. It ensures that when a new opportunity for growth comes along, your infrastructure is already there, ready to support it.
Okay, let's move on to the next pillar, security. In today's threat landscape, we all know security can't just be another layer you add on top. It has to be the very foundation of the architecture itself. And this is where the principle of zero trust comes in.
So what does zero trust actually mean when we're talking about managed file transfer? It's a pretty simple but really profound shift in mindset. Never trust, always verify. It just assumes that no user or connection is safe by default, and it demands continuous verification for every single action, whether it's happening inside or outside your network.
And this isn't just some high-level theory. It's made real through concrete steps. This means enforcing strict role-based access controls, so people only see what they need to see. It means continuously re-authenticating every connection, encrypting data from end to end, and keeping a complete, unchangeable audit trail of everything for compliance. This quote just nails the difference, doesn't it? A bolted-on approach is always reacting to threats after they happen. A designed-in approach anticipates them. It makes security a core, inseparable part of the system's architecture, which makes it infinitely more robust and resilient.
Now for the next pillar, which is all about the partnership itself. A successful MFT implementation isn't a one-and-done project. It's a living, breathing part of the business that has to adapt and evolve over time.
This is what a real partnership looks like in action. It's a commitment to staying aligned through regular, strategic reviews. And these aren't just boring technical check-ins. They are business-level discussions to make sure the platform is still hitting performance goals, meeting security needs, and, this is the most important part, that it's supporting your new strategic initiatives. And this reveals something really unique about the model. The product roadmap is directly driven by what clients actually need.
This approach creates practical innovation that solves real-world problems. It also builds a transparent relationship where customers can actually see their feedback shaping the future of the platform.
This slide really just lays it all out, doesn't it? On one side, you have the transactional approach, focused on selling software, often with security as an afterthought. And on the other, you have a relational model, focused on building long-term partnerships with security designed in from the very beginning. The difference in philosophy is just fundamental.
So, we've covered the why, the core philosophy, and the how, the infrastructure, security, and partnership. Now let's look at the ultimate result of all this, trust. But not just any trust, trust that's been validated by independent third-party analysis. And here's that proof. Being named the #1 MFT vendor by a respected firm like Infotech Research Group, that's a huge achievement. It's a direct reflection of how this whole philosophy performs out in the real world.
But what's even more telling is the consistency. Look at that. Earning this recognition once is great. Earning it for 3 years in a row, that shows a sustained commitment to excellence. It proves this is a model that consistently delivers for its customers, year after year.
And this is exactly why that award is so meaningful. Infotech's rankings aren't based on a vendor's marketing hype. They are based on verified feedback, straight from clients, talking about their real-world experiences. This validates not just the technology itself, but the entire partnership philosophy we've been talking about.
And that really brings us to the ultimate takeaway. In a world where technology changes in the blink of an eye, features and functions can always be copied. But a true partnership, one that's built on trust, on transparency, and on a shared commitment to success, that is something unique. That is an enduring competitive advantage.
So, I'll leave you with this one last question to think about. When you look at your own critical infrastructure, what do you see? Is it just a recurring expense on a balance sheet? Or is it a strategic partnership that is actively contributing to your security, your growth, and your long-term success? Because as we've seen, the answer to that question can make all the difference.